Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another Catchup with Mayo, Saturday afternoon, 4 o'clock p.m. here, Eastern. This is the time I got on today. I thought it was going to be earlier, but this is about the time I like. I like 4 p.m. Eastern. And I was able to work that out. So here I am. And I see there are already people here that I can say hello to. So I'll do that now. Happy Saturday to you, Gary. Hello, and hello to Ramoga. What's going on? Good afternoon. Gary says, when you see the 3LP Wings set, you'll want it. Nice presentation and clean, flat vinyl. Don't be so sure. The thing is, I'm telling you, folks, this is part of my new thing. I really am just not into it like I used to be anymore. Now, that may change. We have different periods of our lives, you know. Sometimes we're into things more than other times. Sometimes we get into it, sometimes we get out of it, then we get back into it again, then back out of it again. I get it. But, you know, I'm really selling off a lot of things. The other day, I sold off some Beatles stuff. I sold off every picture disc Beatles vinyl that I have. Well, to be more specific, unofficial albums, if they're bootlegs. But if they had nice picture disc bootlegs, I'm not going to do anything with them anymore. They're gone, you know. And I made some money for these things, and it's good. So anyway, back to the wing set. I think eventually I may get it. I'm not in any rush. I'm really not in any rush for it. The only reason that I'll get it is because I try to be kind of a completist when it comes to collecting everything Beatles and solo Beatles in the catalog. So it's part of the real catalog, the official catalog, just like Wings Greatest is, or All the Best is, or Wingspan is. Yeah, in that regard, I like to have it. But I'm getting a little tired, I guess, as I get older, of just having placeholders, you know? Placeholder, play. There it is. Yeah, got it. Got it, need it, got it. Done. You know, put it away. I don't know anymore. Things change. Anyway, thank you. James Farley, hello. What's going on, James? Hi, Yorkie girl. How are you? Hello, Douglas. And we got Richard here. Hello, Richard. Richard's going to see, I believe, in Pittsburgh, right? You're going to see Paul. I hope you have a good time. Hey, hello, Mike. What's going on? Harold asked me, and hello, by the way, Harold. Do you have Paul McCartney live at the Cavern? Yeah, I do. But what is it really? It's a DVD, right? There was no album that I know of. Hi, George. I'm hanging in there, going good overall. Sometimes not as good. That's life, isn't it? I'm not buying the Wings thing. Yeah, and I'm also not getting the book. I'm not interested in the book. Nope, not interested in the book. I did not get, before anybody asks, I'll probably answer this later on in here when I'm asked, but I did not get the Target green vinyl. All right, I didn't get that of the new Wings album. Okay, hello, Lila. I wouldn't mind betting, as Anthony has predicted, McCartney would release an album called All My Best. Gotta love that, Anthony, don't you? He makes so many lovable mistakes when it comes to the Beatles. I think it's funny. Gary says, I've sold over 150 albums recently, but now I have room for more stuff. I gotcha. I guess, hi to Dr. Rick. I guess this means good to see you. Good to see you. Hello, how are you? And Richard says he's getting excited to see Paul. I'm sure you are, as well you should be. I know you love Paul. Hi, Rory. What's going on? Oh, this is funny. Hey, Mr. Mayo, sorry, but I'm in my local bar now. It's busy and I'm noisy. I can't hear a word you're saying. Anyway, I've hit the like. Have a great day. Keep up the good work. Thank you, 50 Thunderer. Thank you. Do you like the Music Machine? I don't think I know the Music Machine. Actually, Douglas, I don't think so. I got a radio CD of the Cavern, 1999. Okay, that's cool. Richard says, oh, I'm going to buy the book, but I'm not interested in the compilation at all. Did you go to the Ken Womack Fest? No, I did not. I would be there right now. I had intended to go, but money got a little tight, and some other things did come up, and I was intending to go. I wound up not going. There's always next time, I hope. Do you think all four members of the Beatles, I guess, would have had successful musical careers themselves alone if they had not been in the Beatles? It's really hard to tell, isn't it? We don't really know. By all the evidence that we've had, it would look like Paul McCartney would have somehow had a successful career. I don't know about the other three. That includes John. Hello, Petty Lane. You're in my ears and in my eyes. George says, I'm definitely going to get the new compilation by Paul's band. All righty. And now I've caught up for a second. So here I am. What can I say? What can I say? Not much. You know, that's why I rely on people's comments. And here's some more, thankfully. Hi, Lizzie. Just saying hello. Okay. I'm unfortunately not going to make it down for Paul's limo, though, and I'm really upset and disappointed. Yeah, that's a biggie, you know, because Paul, as we know, he has now for a few years made himself accessible, and if you get there early enough, you know, he will drive by and he says hello to people, and it's a great moment. If you're a Paul fan, why wouldn't it be? You know I've had a couple of experiences, and it's great. You know, yeah. I could see as I'm making this video, it's starting to get dark a little bit. You know, give me daylight savings time back, please. Please give it back. I like it to be sunny and bright a little longer. Okay. Seeing London Town and Back to the Egg so well represented in the new Wing sets makes me hope that we'll see their reissues soon. I'm still one of the very few people that's still holding out hope that we're going to get archives of London Town and Back to the Egg. Am I interested in the new Michael Jackson biopic? What do they say? Biopic? That's coming up next year. No, I'm not. Not interested. Where do you rate the 1978 Wings Greatest album compared to this new version? I think Wings Greatest is my favorite. You know, I haven't spent much time yet with this new version, so I don't really know. But I think Wings Greatest is still my favorite compilation. There's another no. I'm not a fan of stop motion films. Now, I can appreciate that back in the day, stop motion photography, animation, and things was the only way they could do the special effects. I think the 1933 King Kong is a great movie with stop motion effects, and Ray Harryhausen is a genius. But I've never liked Ray Harryhausen, even though his stuff. I've never liked those movies as much. That's all about all I could say. I think King Kong, which was not a Ray Harryhausen film, although the original 33 King Kong did inspire Ray Harryhausen very much. I think the reason it's a great movie is because it's a great movie. It's a great story. It's a great action thriller. And for 1933, King Kong as a character moves as good as they could back then. But anyway. Hello, Robbie. Good afternoon to you. Looking forward to the biopic. For the Michael Jackson one, you mean, right? Okay, if it was entirely safe, journey there and back, either spend a day looking at the wreck of the Titanic or a day on the moon. I guess I'd rather go to the moon. Yes, I don't know. When it comes to the Doors, you know the story. I like a lot of their songs. I say a lot of their songs. What's a lot? 10? 12? I'm pretty happy with the Doors compilations. I have a 2 CD set. Cheers, folks. All right. Okay, folks. I hope we got questions to keep me going here today. I would imagine the original King Kong must have terrified audiences at the time. It terrified me as a little kid. First time I saw it, yeah, I could imagine it being kind of scary. It's a strong movie. It's still a strong movie. I wouldn't say it terrifies me now, but it's a strong action film that moves pretty well. Okay, Mr. Blood Vessel asked me, has Boothroyd landed? Well, from what I understand, Boothroyd told me that he is in New York, or I think Brooklyn, and he says he's going to be at the store tomorrow or Sunday. Now, I don't, that's what he said. I told him, please update me. Maybe he's watching now. I said, please update me. Let me know the updates. He says he's going to be there tomorrow. If so, I don't know what time. I have no idea what time. I don't know whether he's going to be there 10:30, 11 a.m., 12 noon, or whether he's going to be there 2, 3 o'clock. I have no idea. Hopefully, he can get there early if he's coming. What are your favorite Four Seasons songs? That's a good question. Let's Hang On, Ragdoll, Walk Like a Man. Oh, man, I don't know. Dawn, Go Away. These are the first ones that are coming into my mind. Big Man in Town. I like a lot of songs by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, but those are the first ones that came to mind, By the way, Joe, the movie, however you pronounce that, is quite a weird ride. Very, very clever writing and awesome acting. Bit of a white knuckle ride, but in my opinion, not as good as The Substance. And I still want to see The Substance. I do want to see it. Okay, any news on Beatlefest? Every time people talk to Mark Lapidus, or who runs the fest, he always is saying something for the last couple of months. We'll be announcing. We'll be talking about it soon. We'll announce something soon. I've been hearing that now for months. And most recently, somebody informed me that he talked to Mark Lapidus at this current Rubber Soul festival that's going on in New Jersey. And again, he said soon. We'll say something soon about it. That's all I know. I'm doing my best not to order the Wings 3LP set, but my resolve is weakening. Help. Now, Michael Nolan, is this the Michael Nolan? Because if it is, I got to say, every once in a while, I check out your interesting live streams, and you come right out and you don't mince words where you say, here's the people who can't sing anymore. These are the people that should hang it up, and stuff like that. And I find it kind of refreshing. You know what I mean? If a little negative, even though, I myself am known to be negative when it's required, and positive when that's required. I try to be honest about it, and I do respect that. I'm trying to think what I watched recently. What did I watch recently? He goes, and I was like, I disagreed with something. It was another controversial thing. Was it Beatles for Sale, maybe? I don't know. I'm a little worried that there won't be a Beatles Fest. I wanted to try and make a trip out of going to New York City in the spring if they're going to have it, cutting it pretty close with any news. Well, that's the thing, too. You're a good example of it. If they're going to have a fest, you have to tell people early enough that they can, whatever's required, take time off from work, make arrangements. You need time to plan. You can't just say, it's going to be in 2 months. All I can tell you is that March, if they have it in March, I have a date. I hope they don't have it in March. Okay. I don't think we're in November now. I don't think that's enough time. I mean, I hope it's April or May or something in New York if they're going to do it because I'm not going to be able to make it in March if it's too late. I'll leave it at that for now. Let's see. I think I like the Four Seasons. I have the ultimate box set with 44 CDs, right? Vinyl, record, 3 books. I have not sold any Four Seasons albums yet. It's time, I'm selling a lot of stuff. Is Doc here? It says, hey, Doc. Doc who? I lost. Okay. No, I did not play the Partridge Family album that I got the other day. I know you're just asking me, but people do that all the time, man. And they get a kick out of it. It's like I buy a couple of CDs. Did you play the CDs yet? I buy a book. Hey, did you read that book yet? It's like, do you know how many albums, vinyl I have that I haven't played? Do you know how many CDs yet? Some things I do right away. Like I bought some new movies recently, and I watched a few of those movies. And I watched the Mary Tyler Moore TV show. I bought it on DVD, the whole series, and I started watching the first 2 seasons already. So some things I do get to right away, but no, I didn't play the Partridge Family. No, I didn't think so. You know, if you're talking about that, so freaking what? I don't know why it bugs people so much. I don't know about this. About 2 weeks ago, in my record collection, I found my bootleg of Paul McCartney yesterday and today. McCartney went nuts when I actually found out 2 weeks ago, and I played it on my turntable. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I remember pre-ordering tickets for Beatlefest, and I didn't receive them until like 2 days before the fest started. They do that too. They send them out very late. It scares the crap out of you that you're not getting them in time. I just found a pink copy of the album New in the wild. Who would have thought they'd still be sealed in the wild? Yeah, they are. They are. Do you think that you or we will learn anything new from all these new anthology TV episodes? No. That's another thing. I'm not picking on you, Lila, but I want to say in general that somebody else made a comment of that regarding the upcoming Beatles biopic movies, the 4 movies that are supposed to come out in 2028. People said, I really don't think we're going to learn anything new. And I always say when people say that, who says you're going to learn anything new? I mean, the story is the story. It's happened. We've heard it 1,000 times. What you're doing is you're making a cinematic version of those events. You know all the events. We know all the events. But it's just a cinematic interpretation, rendition of those events on the screen. I don't know why. I'm not saying that's what you're doing here, like thinking that you have to learn anything. I don't think we're going to learn anything. When you say, have you seen Born to Boogie with Ringo and T-Rex? Yeah, I have that. And the only thing I'm interested in is that very scene you're talking about, the jam scene with Ringo and Elton John with Mark Bolan. Yes, I love that scene. And I also love the way Ringo looks in that scene. That's my favorite look for Ringo. I want to give a thank you here for some help that Daniel has given me. Thank you so much, Daniel. I appreciate that. As always, you're a great YouTube creator and even better man, Joe. Folks, hit the like button. It helps this one. Come on, stop. Don't lay it on so thick, but I appreciate the sentiment. It helps. Thank you so much, sir. Did you get tired or bored of the Columbo box set? After the 70s episodes, it all goes a bit stale. I just moved on. I mean, I enjoyed every Columbo episode that I watched. That's a good example of did you watch this or that? I started watching, I don't know how many I watched, 7, 8 episodes. I enjoyed them, but then I moved on to something else, and that's part of it. Again, what do you buy? What do you collect? What do you own? What do you choose to have? It's gotten more and more like that all the time. And I decided, like that Wings book, for example, the new Wings book, I don't think there's going to be anything new in that. It's going to go back there. This was back here on these bookshelves. Yeah, let's go, whatever they are, six shelves down. They're going to sit up there. Some of them, I've been living in this apartment now for 10 years. I moved in here in 2015. It's 2025 now. 99% of those books sat right there. I'm getting a little tired of that. It's okay for things to sit there like the sign, because this sign you're just admiring, or this Ringo display. You just look at it. Or the things all up here along the top. I can't do all the top of the shelves here, the posters. That's meant to just be looked at. But all the things that you're supposed to take down and read or listen to or watch, you have to be, at least I'm starting to be, very, very, very choosy about it. Now, it's funny because I just did a video where you see me buy a Partridge Family record. And of course, the Partridge Family are extremely low on my personal radar. But I bought it because it was such a cool album. You know what I mean? Because I grew up with the show. Now, I am really amazed to see We Are Smelly back here again. It is so cool. As I was, maybe you didn't know, I really am seriously cutting down on vinyl, I'm afraid. Absolutely no WFMU show for me anymore. Well, I've never been to a WFMU show. I know it's the biggest show there is. And if I was going to go to any show, I really should have went to that one. By the way, I want to say congratulations. I think you had a new addition to your family. Is that right? But it's good to see you here again. But no, really, I mean, it's weird. It really is because, I saw that, again, I keep talking about that first Partridge Family album. It's a perfect example of an album that's nothing great. But for some reason, I bought it. It was only $8. I didn't break the bank. It's $8. But it was an original copy that was a white label promotional copy, DJ not for sale copy. I just liked that it had the stickers and everything. Some people listening to this have no care or understanding or use whatsoever for it. Who cares about hype stickers and DJ promo? I think it's cool. Of all albums, to have that album like that is cool. So I owned it. So I bought it. Some things I have for collector's reasons, What's going on, Joe? Hello there. Is the interest in collecting waning, would you say? It certainly is. It certainly is in my case. But, again, the problem with that, if it is a problem, is you're always going to see me buying stuff, whether it's a book, whether it's a record, whether it's a CD, movie, some kind of memorabilia. And to everybody, to the naked eye, they'll say, this guy's full of shit. He's still buying stuff. What is he talking about? But just for example, talking about vinyl, just look at my series that I've been doing for 13 years called Vinyl Finds of All Kinds and see how few and far between they are now. Look at the ones I was doing in 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2020. Look at the ones I was doing then and look at the ones I'm doing now. I think it might have been 8 months since I did an official Vinyl Finds of All Kinds. Do you think Paul will ever release the archives? I don't know if you're talking about Back to the Egg and London Town. If you are, I certainly believe so. I mean, that's my belief. You said you like the original issues. Are there any nice, shiny reissues that are high on your list of must-haves? No. By the way, this is what I mean here. I have a video all ready to go for tomorrow. It's all recorded. I'm going to put it up tomorrow. It has to do with Ringo Starr. He recently came out with 4 colored vinyl records, and I bought 2 of them. There's an example right there. I decided I didn't want all 4. I decided to go for 2, so I'm breaking it in half. Sometimes I'm going for none. Like Target just had out an exclusive Wings compilation green vinyl, and I did not buy it at all. I don't want it. So I chose the Ringo self-titled album and the Goodnight Vienna album, colored vinyl. But I made a video, and it's an interesting video because it's not just a show and tell video per se. There's a little more to this video, and you will absolutely see it. What the difference is I'm talking about. What's like exceptionally different about it? The video. Hello to Elliot. Elliot, I know you just got to see Sean Lennon. Okay. That's cool. Okay, back to, yes, sir. He's 4 months old now. Thanks so much. I named him after Emmett Rhodes just to make you happy. Oh, I thought you would have. You just had a baby. I think that's wonderful. You should have named him Mayo. I would have thought you'd made him Mayo. Come on. It's funny. It's funny. Oh man, I never heard Street Legal. There's an example right there. I have all just about all the Bob Dylan albums. Bob Dylan albums, I am quite familiar with a good chunk of them, but I've never played Street Legal, although I have it. So there you go. There's one that I never played. I may die before I play it. Please, hopefully not too fast, but I'm just saying, it's my whole mind is changing when it comes to collecting. It has to change. I didn't think it would happen to me, but it hit me at 63. It's just too much stuff, too much money, not enough space. And it's not, as I say, to me, though, it's not so much the money. It's not so much the space, although it factors in, like I said. To me, it's more not enough years to play this stuff over and over and over and over and over and over and over. You're lucky if you play it one time, right? Come on, you start realizing that, or you should. Record shows won't be the same without Julio. Is there a record show tomorrow? I think there's one of the local record shows that, the local one. I call it local. I used to always go there with Julio and Richie. So there you go. I agree with you about hype stickers. By the way, Richard, I don't know if you know, do you have the Flaming Pie album? They have an original Flaming Pie album at my record store right now. It's only $50. $50. That's a good price for that one. It's a UK copy, UK original. Just want to tell you. So here's a suggestion for you. Watch the Mary Tyler Moore set, put it in a pile, and sell it immediately. Well, that depends on if I find that it has any rewatchability factor, but that's a good example. There are 7 seasons to Mary Tyler Moore. I just happen to have the 7th season here. Okay, there are 7 seasons to this, okay? I grew up with the Mary Tyler Moore show. I used to watch it on TV in my house. It was a big thing in my house. So I'm watching it because I like it, but also because it reminds me of those times. This is my thing. I do me, you do you. That's what I like. Now, the thing is, will I be able to get through the 7 seasons? Will it start to suck? Will I start to lose interest? And even if I do like these, the question becomes, what am I going to do with these after I'm done watching them? Am I going to watch how many more times in the remainder of my life do I have? I'm 63 now. Will I live to 65 or 70, 75, 80, 85? How old will I be? And how many more rotations am I going to do with this thing to have this on the shelf? This is exactly what I'm saying now. And it's something that I'm aware of. And I want to do more videos of, and I want to do more conversations on. And I want to talk to more people about who are in the same boat. Don't believe the hype. No, you see that I don't like the stop motion. Jason and the Argonauts. The skeletons are right. The skeletons being stop motion are not bad because skeletons move. You imagine that skeletons would move kind of creaky and stuff. So that's okay. Now, this is another thing. Yeah, I saw the new Bob Dylan set, the new bootleg series set, which I am told is supposed to be the last one that they're going to do. And I like it. I like early Dylan like that. This goes from the late 50s into the early 60s. And I'm really interested in it. Joe, agree with you on Paul's version of Help on his current tour. For the most part, he nails it. Voice is not warbly. Yeah, like I was saying, despite all my reservations about that, I've been watching a lot of videos of Paul doing Help on the tour, and it's enjoyable. I think it's enjoyable. How do you feel about buying things? You or another collector that never get open, or do you prefer to open and use and play everything? Depends on what it is. Some things I want to use and play and experience. Other things, no, I don't. There's some things that are collectible sealed, and some people don't get that. Some people don't understand that. And okay, things that you might not understand, I understand. Things that I might not understand that you do, you understand. It's a simple thing. You would think that people would understand that basic concept, but they don't all understand that. Different strokes for different folks. There are some things that I just would retain sealed. Okay, on Street Legal, we're talking about the song New Pony. Okay, the Mono Beatles vinyl box set is the best version of their catalog you can acquire. Prove me wrong. I'll prove you wrong only because I don't know if this is an opinion. There's no right or wrong. So my opinion, if that's what we can call it, instead of being right or wrong, is just that for me it depends on what the song in question is. There are some albums by the Beatles I prefer in mono, some I prefer in stereo, but I take it down to individual songs. There are some songs by the Beatles I love in mono and I prefer in mono, and there are some that I prefer in stereo. So to me, if all you have is the mono set, no, that doesn't work for me. By the same token, if all you have is the stereo set, it does not work for me. Sean signed his new picture book of War is Over. He was just signing his name and your name if you liked. Well, that was good. That was nice. Too bad, too bad I didn't go. I just didn't feel like going all the way into the city. I watched your review of that Burt Reynolds movie. I've never seen that one. It sounds good. I like Burt Reynolds. Yeah, please check out my movie channel. My movie channel is called Mr. Mayo, and there it is down there. Please subscribe. It's movies, it's television, it's comic books, it's autographs, it's pop culture, memorabilia, nostalgia. That's really what that channel is, Mr. Cinemayo. I might even change it to Mr. Cinemayo's Nostalgia, but whatever. You get the idea. And I did a new review of the last movie. It's the last movie that Burt Reynolds made, for those interested in movies. Burt Reynolds is old, and it's his last movie, and it's called The Last Movie Star. And it's a pretty good movie. It's he's pretty good in it. It's an interesting movie. Thank you, Richard, for mentioning that. I appreciate that. Okay. Street Legal is a great album. There you go. A lot of people have said that. Yeah, I don't understand why John hated on Bob's Shift. I'm a little like... I don't know what you're talking about in the later years when he started putting Bob Dylan down, when he got religion and he was going singing about Christ. He said Dylan's now a waiter for Christ. Got to serve somebody. The song, I don't know if that's what you mean. But do you think people watch your videos because you are a collector? Your reviews are invaluable. Yes, I think that's part of it. I think they do. I'm still going to be doing reviews. That's one of the reasons why. Well, it's not a review, but one of the reasons I bought the Wings, the new compilation CD set, was to show it because people want to see it. As I say, I'm still going to be doing reviews of things. Still, they might be less than there were, but I'm still going to do things. And I appreciate that. People find them invaluable. But there's going to be other things too. I mean, again, I don't know. Things change. You know what I mean? I mean, some things are going to go down. Some things are going to go up. I have not played it yet. I think what I'm going to do is there will be an opportunity to play this, though. I still got to go up to that place that I call the detention center. It's a classroom place. It's an hour ride. The next time I take an hour trip up there, I'm going to bring that's what I'm going to bring the new Wings CD with me, so that I'll play it then. I think Arrow Through Me is on isn't it on the new Wings compilation? Or I think it is. I think hello PK. I think the same about collecting and buying like you do. Daniel Bean, hello, how are you? Hello, Kimba. Kimba says, I love Mary Tyler Moore. Good. I've been purging a lot, but I have to keep all my girl shows. I'm sure for you it would make sense to purge Mary Tyler Moore after watching. Yeah, the thing is, I definitely think that Mary Tyler Moore, I said the same thing. I think Mary Tyler Moore show is more of a woman's show. It's about an independent woman, in the 70s. But it's the cast that I like. I mean, like Ed Asner. My favorite thing about the Mary Tyler Moore show is Lou Grant and Mary when they're together and they have their talks and stuff. That's my favorite thing about it. It is more of a woman show, I think, but it's got stuff like Ted Baxter, the insufferable Ted Baxter who does the news and stuff like that. There is no way I would want 5 editions of the same album. Admittedly, Pepper on vinyl and CD is a must, but the rest I only have one version of anything. Well, that's most people. That's fine. Joe got me into appreciating the solo Beatles albums and wanting to go out and find those vinyl in the wild. Oh, thank you. That really makes it all worthwhile when people say that. If somebody says, "Hey, you inspired me for this," there's some people that told me that's why they made channels. People out there like Matthew Street, people out there like Beatley Tone have said, they used to watch my channel, inspired them. It's nice to be able to inspire people. Nice to be able, like Lizzie here says, that's how she got more interested in perusing and checking out the solo albums. I really appreciate that, and that's always makes it worthwhile, besides just having fun doing it. I have to do more of those. Thought I was going to start up the solo review album series, and I've done a few, but I got to do more. Just stay tuned, everybody. Hello, Mad Team 3. I met you the other day, right? Have you heard the 2-record McCartney LP Red Rose Speedway Revisited? I saw it on the website and was curious. I don't know about Revisited. We're talking about two different things, aren't we? I know that when Paul and his crew came out with the 2 LP version of Red Rose Speedway, I like that better than the single version. But I don't think that's what we're talking about. Okay, we're agreeing on stuff, it looks like. Hello, Craig. Greetings from the UK. Just loaded the car, having a fair tomorrow. Okay, loads of first UK Beatles and a stereo butcher near Mint and the Shrink. See, those kind of things I'd still buy. I still don't have a complete set of first pressings of the UK albums, in mono and stereo. Those are things I'd still buy. Those are things I'd still try to fill that collection out. But there's a lot of things I'm not getting as he buys a Partridge Family album. I keep saying that because I realize I'm fair in my new video. I realize how it appears. You're saying one thing, then you buy a Partridge Family album. Well, what the hell is that? Tried to explain it, it's whatever hits you the right way at and you want it at the time, Okay. Yeah, I thought Chuck T, I thought you'd like my answer. That's the one about, prove you wrong about the mono being the one thing you have to own. I have an American and British vinyl copy of the original Flaming Pie, along with the 3-picture EPs. When it was first issued at 97, vinyl was in decline, and you could get it for $10. See, that's an example, too, like all these things. Like I bought the Flaming Pie oven mitt. If I can display it, if it can be displayed, and someday if I get a bigger place and I have a little more space to display things, then it's different. My friend is seeing Paul tonight. I'm so happy for her. She's only 23, so this is such a big deal for her. Well, good. I hope she has a good time. And see, that's the whole thing. When a lot of us diehards like myself say, we wish that Paul would change up the set lists. Stop doing the same old set list. Stop doing so many Beatles songs. Well, this is why he does it. When there are new people that never saw him before. Excuse me, sometimes young people. I always thought either keeping an album sealed or is it keeping it open, but still shrink wrap makes it warp quicker. That's not always true. It's just not, Lila. People think that. It's not true. It depends on a number of things. It depends on how tight the shrink wrap is. It depends on whether or not the shrink wrap has what they call the breathing holes. It has to have these little breathing holes in it. And some of the older albums have thick cardboard covers. So the covers are thick enough that they don't give in to warping as easy as the thin covers of some like the 70s and 80s and things like that. But I have plenty of albums I have bought that were sealed, and I did open some of them for whatever reason, and they're fine. That's not always true, though it does happen, I have not heard. I haven't heard Julian's new EP, and I have not heard this song "Heaven" by James McCartney. Everybody's saying is good. Yeah, I'm really right in there. I'm really reliable, right? Hello, Scott. Can't wait for your new health channel. See you Wednesday. Oh man. Okay. Okay. You said it, so I'm gonna put it up there. Yeah, I have another channel. The channel is called Life with Mayo, which is supposed to be about trying to maintain your health, trying to maintain the right lifestyle, trying to eat better. About if you're retired, it's about what it's like being retired. And I haven't had much to say on this channel lately. And right now, you mentioned the show. There's a show I'm doing, a live show like this over on this channel, Life with Mayo. It's going to be Wednesdays. I'm going to try it as a trial run. It's going to be a show just talking about, what are we doing? What are we eating? I like to talk to people in the comments, just like we're doing here. Not on screen, in the comments, and discuss, how are you succeeding? Are you trying to cut out sugar? Are you trying to cut your calories? Are you succeeding? That kind of thing. And it's on a trial basis because I don't know how many people are going to be interested. I don't know how many people are going to show up. If I'm just sitting here, just going like this, twiddling my thumbs, I'm not going to keep the show going. But I'm going to see if enough people will discuss it. So that's over on this channel, Life with Mayo. Look for it on Wednesday. The thing is, right now, I don't know what time the show is going to be. It might be at a time where you personally cannot make it. So let's see now. Wait, where are we going here? Hold on a minute. There it is. John started discussing Dylan's decline around Street Legal. He thought the single sucked and then doubled down at 80. Well, that's what he thought, at the time. I can understand that. A lot of people did not like Dylan where he was going at that point. It's okay. It's his opinion. Sometimes I think he was kind of jealous of him at that point, but I don't know. Then again, maybe he just simply didn't like that direction, Hello, Patrick. Patrick Sweden, what's going on? Did you like Tony Randall in The Seventh Faces of Dr. Lau? I saw that movie only one time on Turner Classic Movies on TV, and I don't remember it much. I remember it was humorous. It was interesting. Do you think vinyl would sell as much as it does if it wasn't colored vinyl? If it is, that is a travesty. A travesty. Where did I get the word travesty out of this? Holy shit. Jesus. Is it that it is a novelty factor for new collectors? I don't know. Some people buy it just because it's colored vinyl. Some people avoid colored vinyl. I want a bootleg series from Dylan for Street Legal on the 78 tour. Hope you get to hear it someday. Well, I it's over there on vinyl, but the thing is, if I hear it, it'll probably be more likely to be on CD. I'm hoping this limited theater run and then straight to Netflix trend doesn't continue. I'm looking forward to seeing the new Frankenstein in the theater while it's playing. Well, I decided I am not going to see the new Frankenstein movie. Are you surprised? Again, you can't judge a movie until you see the movie. And I'm not judging it. And I'm not giving my opinion because I haven't seen it. However, I've heard reviews of it already. And even though I have to judge for myself, I've heard enough for me to know it doesn't sound like I'm really going to gravitate too well towards it. And also, the monster is no monster. The monster looks like a sex symbol or something. He looks like Fabio or something. I mean, he got a long hair, and he's not a repulsive enough looking monster. So I don't understand what that's about. So I really don't have an interest in it. I'd rather watch the Robert De Niro version of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, to tell you the truth. Is it true that there are shortened versions on the Wings release? I think I heard that the only one that's the short version is Venus and Mars and Rock Show. They did, they originally, even back in 1975, they had I think they called it a radio edit, a shorter version, more concise for radio DJs. And I think that version is on there. And yes, I think Mull of Qatar is on the new Wings release. Okay. Back to John Lennon with Dylan, especially when John had done that in 72. Good example, though, you see. But that's the thing, let me defend John. When John, when John came out in 1972 with Sometime in New York City, a lot of people didn't like it, and they put him down, and they told him off, and they said he was crazy, and he lost his talent, and he was terrible. They did it to John. Why can't John do it to Dylan? Minus the religious undertones. So there you go. So what? If people didn't like the direction that John went in Sometime in New York City, and they bashed him for it, why can't he say, I don't like the way Dylan went in the late 70s, so I'm bashing him? What, would you recommend anyone to go into the Postal Service today? Yeah. You mean as a job? Not really. You have to, if you mean as a job, you have to be prepared, because it's not what you think it's going to be. Everybody thinks they told us this at orientation. I went to orientation for the post office when I got the job. I went into orientation 30 years ago this year. And they said, everybody thinks it's a great job. And let me tell you, it's a hard job. And we laughed. Sure. Right. Yeah. How hard could it be? Sucks. That's how hard it could be. But some people love it. Some people love it, and some people like abuse. I don't know what to tell you. I have the American and British original vinyl of Flaming Pie, along with the 3 vinyl picture EPs. When the album was first issued in 97, vinyl was in decline. You could get it for $10. Wow. Joe, any release date of the new McCartney album that you heard through the grapevine? No, I haven't heard anything yet through the grapevine. I don't think it's coming out till 26, well, at this point, it's a sure thing it's not coming out. But I don't know what month. I was happy that you and Anthony found the cussing guy's new place. Too bad it was closed. Yeah, the guy that curses a lot. Yeah. We're glad that we found he's got a new store, but either it's not open yet or whatever. You can't beat honesty. That is one of the main factors to watching your channel and reviews. Nothing is dressed up. Nothing's buttering anyone up. People respect honesty, no matter what the opinion. Thank you, Lila. I really appreciate that. However, I don't know if I can agree with that. Because there's people out there that don't like me because I'm too honest. People will say, this guy, yeah, he's too opinionated. He's so opinionated. Duh. Everybody should have an opinion, whether it's a positive opinion, whether it's a negative opinion, whether it's a typical opinion that most people hold, or whether it's an opinion that's a hot take and it's different. And I think, look, I try to be humble 99% of the time, but I will say here, not so humbly and modestly, that I think that's what a lot of people like about me and my channel. Like you just said, I could be like a big phony. There are people that they won't diss anything if they want to diss something. There are people out there that don't want to ever say if they think Paul McCartney's voice is rough. There are people out there that won't ever criticize. And if that's the kind of people you want to go to, go ahead. A lot of them tend to get more traffic, But why would I want viewers that are plastic fake viewers that only want a plastic fake host? Why would anybody want that? I mean, now it can go the other way. You can be a person that's too negative all the time, and just for the sake of always being negative. And while I have that negative side, God knows, and I'm not always that way. Okay, I'm just not. That's why if I tell you something I like, I really like it. And if I tell you I don't like something, then you know that I don't like it. For real, it's real. Okay, there's people out there. I won't name them, but there are people out there that you think they're just being negative, just to be negative and be different, and rub everybody the wrong way. And there are people out there that always got to be happy and jolly and everything's perfect. And I'm not going to say anything bad about any of the Beatles or solo Beatles albums. And people do that. And, you can get a lot more. There's an old saying, being honest and real may not win you a lot of friends, but it'll always win you the right friends. That's how I look at it. So there you go. I'm seeing Paul this coming Friday in Buffalo, New York. Let me know how it is, Elliot, please. I'm subbed to all 9 of Joe's channels. Very funny. But really, I hope everybody is subscribed to all 3 of them, because you never know what's going to be. Well, that's the thing, Joe. I don't know what time the Wednesday live is going to be. It may be 8 o'clock Eastern in the morning, which might not be good for a lot of people on the East or the West before it. Or I may put it on in mid-afternoon. I may try to do it 2 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern, or 3 or 4 or something like that. But then you got people that are either at work or coming home from work. It's tough. All I could ask you is to please subscribe to the channel. What is it called this week? Life with Mayo channel. Subscribe to the Life with Mayo channel, and wait for the updates that appear telling you, in the thumbnail when it's going to be. As much as I love picture discs, when I watch Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas, Happy Christmas, Happy Christmas, War is Over, Zoetrope edition, I can hear the swoosh, swoosh, swoosh of the vinyl. Zoetropes always sound bad. There's an example. I'm done buying Zoetropes. I only bought a couple. I bought George Harrison's Wonderwall, and I bought George Harrison's Electronic Sound. Both of them are resold. I don't have Zoetropes. Now, having said that, if I get a Zoetrope as a gift, there's a possibility that, who knows? I don't know if I'm going to get one from the Lennons. I don't know. I'll accept it as a gift, but I'm not going to buy them anymore. Have I ever fallen asleep in the cinema? Not very often, but there have been times, yes, where I have. I nod off a few times, yeah, but not generally. Okay, back to the Red Rose Speedway. This is from his website. Not sure if it's new, but it might be. Some websites are showing it as Red Rose Speedway reconstructed, not revisited. Maybe, are you sure it's not the 2 LP set that was released several years ago? Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? I know there's a big thing about that. I don't care one way or the other, honestly, but I don't care. It's either way you want to view it is okay with me. I'm not a fan of Die Hard, but I'm going to say no. It's not a Christmas movie, but I could see why people. It's like the Poseidon Adventure. I like the movie The Poseidon Adventure, which takes place on New Year's Eve, where the ship sinks and turns upside down, and they got to get out of the ship, and they got to fight their way up to the ship to get to the bottom of the ship to get free. And it happens. Is it a New Year's? Is the Poseidon Adventure a New Year's Eve movie? Same question. This question is a never-ending question. I'm sorry, Harold. Don't take it the wrong way. Oh man, what can I say? Don is Don. He's still the same. You see him in the videos. I do the videos of the record store. The only thing I could say about him is Don. I will say it's like the local gas station that's on the corner of the record store. He doesn't have a place to stay right now. He used to have a place he was staying. They kicked him out. So now he's staying inside the 7-Eleven store all night. And then whenever I do another record store reality video, you'll see him in there sitting. He's sitting there they got boxes of 6 packs of beer on a pallet. He's sitting there in the corner, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, he sits in the corner of the store. I'm like, what? And he chooses to live that way. I keep telling everybody that. Look at me going off on this, on and on. The man chooses to live like that. He's chosen like that since 1992, and he's been offered housing. But if it's not on his terms, if it's not, he wants to be in that town. He was born in that town. He was raised in that town, and that's his town. And he's not moving. He's not leaving. He'll sleep in a freaking refrigerator box in a corner rather than get housing somewhere where he doesn't want to be. That's how he is. All right. As far as Bazooka Joe, I don't see him that often at all. He's taking it, I guess, one day at a time. He seems to be doing well. He's slowed down. He doesn't work at the store. And once in a while I see him in the morning, and he seems like his old self. So I don't know. You should do a What's in the Closet series. Might be fun for you and the audience to revisit things from your collection. Well, the thing with that is, I know people have said that, but I'm not going to. I could revisit it for views because I need. Sometimes sometimes you have to come up with, a topic just to have a video. If you're getting short of ideas, and maybe to do that, fine. But I always figure I've got like a archive of videos, playlists, and you could check the playlist out. And if you look at the playlist will tell you all the things I got. If you want to look at my collection, all you got to do is go in playlists and look at that kind of stuff, especially under new Beatles finds. And I've got, 200 or something more of those things? I don't know, something like that. But, yeah. Try reading the original Mary Shelley's novel of Frankenstein. It's impossible. I know. Do you know how I know? Because I've tried. It is a boring, dull as dishwater endeavor that I don't really want to try anymore. I tried before. I started collecting zoetropes, but suddenly stopped and sold them. I have to control my addiction before it totally controls me. I don't need everything. Exactly. And I'll tell you something else that's a shock. This is the first time I'm revealing this. I don't know. Everybody hear this and let me know what you think. Anybody listening to me? Remember a few years ago, there was the little Paul McCartney singles crate? I went to two people to sell it, but they didn't want to pay me the asking price, that I'm looking for. But I'm looking to get rid of it. And that's the way that I'm getting now. If I sold it, would I regret it? Possibly. I might have seller's remorse. I don't know. But there's just certain things that I was saying that I don't think that I want anymore. And I think some things I got because that's where my head was at the time. Now you can't see it here, but up on top here, there's a bunch of CD boxes. And there's the mono CD box, the white one. I don't regret that. I want that for the rest of my life. I'm glad to have that. But there's other things. There's a John Lennon, something way in the back there on the shelves. There's a tall John Lennon. Looked like it was an unofficial release, and it was they had Lennon Live in New York City was in there, and there was some other things in there. Had a black and white cover of him, the famous picture of him, 72 with the guitar and the glasses standing there. And I'm like, I didn't have it in my collection. It was something I never saw before. I want it. That kind of thing has to stop. Now, again, you're still going to see videos where I'm still buying things like that. But it's not that I stopped 100%. Probably what I'm looking to say is not stop. I got to really cut back. But you're going to see, once in a while I'll show you, hey, look what I found. I picked this up. Oh, look what I found. I picked that up. But it's definitely going to be less than it was. You can see that evidently in my new Beatles finds video, new Beatle finds, and also the vinyl finds of all kinds, new stuff. You can see that it's less. But the channel will still continue. I will still show some things, still buy things, always buy things. Because even though I may buy only three items out of 10 now, I'm still going to be buying those 3 items. Well, if Katire is a Christmas song, oh boy. Jaws was the best 3D experience I've had to date. That was a very good 3D. I saw it recently. Very good 3D. Here in the UK, Christmas ghost stories seem to go hand in hand with the season, more so than Halloween. Does USA only also buy into Christmas ghost stories? Yes, they do. Yep. I hope I'm going to see you, Mick64. I hope I'm going to see you at my other channel when I do these, eating meat. Meat's good to eat and all that kind of stuff when I do those kind of live stream talks. I got to hate UPS before I retired. Today, I would tell anyone, yes, try to get in if you can. Not many jobs today provide a pension. Well, that's the thing, too. even though I said I hate the post office, the only reason I endured it for 27 years, and I should have, well, I should have stayed. I was supposed to stay 30 years, but I hated it and I got out in 27. I have a pension. The pension sucks. My pension sucks. It is a pension. I'll grant you that. It is a pension. It's better than somebody out there watching me now who says, "Oh, shut your mouth. At least you have a damn pension." I don't. I don't have one. But it's very, very slight compared to other jobs. Yeah, I know this one you mean. This was another boring one, I thought. Closest adaptation of Frankenstein is the 1977 one, etc., etc. Yeah, I think it's called Victor Frankenstein is one of the titles, and I tried watching that once and it was dull. Like the book, probably. uh, what's your favorite Scarlett Johansson film? Now, what if I tell you I have one? I have one. It's Match Point. It's a Woody Allen movie, but it's a serious Woody Allen movie. Well, he's not in it. Scarlett Johansson is in it, and it's a movie about, I think, tennis, but it turns into murder. Okay, Pumping Vinyl says, speaking facts, Joe, it's better to have no friends than bad friends. There you go. That's exactly what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, I have friends, but, not as many as I could have if I was a phony. That's what it is. Hi, Joe. The double vinyl LP pressing. The Red Rose Speedway features 2 vinyl records, including a reconstruction of the original conceived double album version of Red Rose Speedway. I'm thinking that's the old one. This is the last time I'm going to discuss this, man. Team 3. Thank you for the help, but it sounds to me like it's the old one that came out several years ago. They did that. They put out a 2 vinyl record set, including a reconstruction of the originally conceived double album. That's what it was. Yeah. I know Paul will have a big merch stand, but just interested in a program. As a viewer, you find who you like and who you don't. Some channels speak to you, and not always what you want to hear, but you respect the opinions of the people, the way they put it over. Well said, well said. You might be somebody that maybe I don't care for very much, what they say maybe, or how they say it, but yet I respect them. And sometimes I may watch them. I've had people tell me quite a number of times, astonishingly enough, they've told me, I watch your channel and I don't even like the Beatles. And I'm like, what? How in the world could you watch this channel if you don't like the Beatles? They say, I like watching you talk and stuff. Well, I got to say, I do like it. If I had to pick between Lonnie Anderson or Farrah Fawcett, I'd go with Farrah Fawcett, I think. Wait a minute. Is this a good time to show my poster? I have an original 1976 or 77 Farrah Fawcett poster. Oh, I don't know if I can get my hands on it right now. I don't know. I'm going to take a chance. Hold on. Hold that thought for a second here. I'm going to see if I can find it. No, I don't think I can find it. It's not where I thought it was. Not where I thought it was, unfortunately. Oh, please. Where is it? Hey. When you have so much stuff. Yeah. Yeah, fairly recently, I found that, the Farrah Fawcett cheesecake poster that was out when I was 15, so 14 to 15, 14, I think. And anyway, I found it in my record store. So I said, what the hell? I picked it. For a laugh, I was going to hang it up in the corner here. I was going to hang it. When I do find it, I'm going to hang it in the corner there on the bookshelf, during my movie channel show. But by the way, when you ask me Lonnie Anderson or Farrah Fawcett, I cross this off and I go Jacqueline Smith. both of them could go fish. They could all jump it. Both of them could jump in the lake if Jacqueline Smith was coming into my room. That's how I feel about that. Okay. Yeah, I didn't watch the video. No, I know about it. I know it, and I know that he got like 20,000 views on it. You see, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Hey, Matt, I love you. I love you, Matt. You know, we're friends. You know, we talk even. You know, we talk and communicate off the boards, even. You know, but the thing I'm trying to say is that's what I mean. You know, I could do videos like that, and I may have to. Hey, folks, look at this. I'm going to give you my top 10 favorite Beatles B-sides in order. I'm going to count them down. You know, I have to do more of that, you know. Or a video like, I'm going to poke gentle fun at you. My other friend that I talked to off here, Canadian Stud Muffin. Hey, Larry, how you doing? I could say, let's be honest, you could see, Larry, you know, that you try to, when you don't have anything really to make a video of, you try to come up with stuff. Like, I think there was a video up that was like, what was the video? I'll bet you don't have any of these albums. You know, I could do that too. What video can I make today? I need a video. I'm going to, I got some cassette tapes looking at me right here. All I got to do is take the cassette tapes, hold them in the thumbnail and go, I bet you don't have these cassette tapes, and they'll get some views. Now, I understand that as a content creator. I completely understand when you don't have anything substantial to talk about. You got to do things. I know a lot of times, Larry, out there, and this is not, and I'm saying this clear, okay? This is not a put down because we are friends, okay? He has a video like, pick these, here's two piles I have. Which pile is better? Which pile do you like better? Pile A or pile B? I mean, I get it. I get it, you know? So back to Matthew Street. I'm assuming he's getting very good at knowing what draws in the views. So he makes a video like, hey, I got the number 2 album. You heard of the 1 album? This is 2 album. You know, here's my playlist, you know. And I was thinking for a joke saying I have the number 3 album. Here's number 3. This is my number 3s. You know, I mean, so I get it. I get it. When you have a channel, you gotta put the meat out there. You gotta keep putting stuff out. And you can't always come up with a lot of things, you know. You can't always. This particular movie, I don't know it. So far, I'm keeping my Elvis collection. Yes, I am. So, Robbie, if you're out there, you'll be happy with me for that. Yeah, I'm keeping my Elvis collection. I've noticed that as a purge parts of my collection, I enjoy having less. Definitely. Anybody that purges will tell you, I've heard people say this, if you purge, you feel better. You feel free. You feel liberated. You can breathe. I've heard people say they're happier. Say they have a record collection that's got 3,000 vinyl records, albums in there, and they don't listen to most of them. They feel happier keeping like 500 records that they want, that they know they like, you know, listen to, and get rid of the rest of them. Things like that. There are some awesome B-sides in that McCartney singles set. Are some not on albums? I spent a whole day listening to it on Spotify. I was surprised by some amazing tunes on it. Now I might keep it. In a way, maybe the fact that nobody wants to buy it for the price, because it's gone up in price, makes me think on keeping it, you know. Okay. Hello, Dino. I don't know where the poster is. Pumpkin Vinyl says, let's see the poster. I really wish I could find it. You know, I had it in a place where I knew where it was. Then I recently rearranged things, and I don't know where it is. Sorry, I can't just produce it just like that. I suppose the beauty in having a decent collectible collection also is great to have, but if you do fall on hard times, that the items are there to sell. That's true. That's true. It's the old Red Rose Speedway from a few years back. The intended out, right? Exactly. That's what I thought all along. Yeah. Well, I think you got a point there. PV. I think you do. You got a very solid point there. Hello, Eric. Enjoy that hot tea. Yeah, Pamela Anderson. Yeah, I met her. I got her autograph once, just not because I wanted to. I happened to be somewhere where she was, so I did it. The beauty of your channel and channels that you don't just talk exclusively about the Beatles or solo. That is just one avenue to your streams. Thank you. I appreciate that. And that's why everybody ready to go, oh, no, not again. That's why every once in a while I start thinking of closing up shop on all my other two channels and making everything here. I mean, Mr. Mayo channel, just one channel about me, everything here. I think about doing that, but we've been there before talking about that. I never do it. I got my first Farrah Fawcett poster when I was 14. It hung on my wall till I got married. Yeah. I wish girls these days would throw modern fashion out the windows and bring back 70s styles. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think 70s are in, though, a lot. Farrah Fawcett and Lee Majors look like the perfect couple. I don't know about that. I don't know enough about them. Could you recommend a Hammer film collection? Well, I recommend Hammer horror films, but I don't know exact collections that are out there. You know what I mean? Okay, I didn't see the movie The Doors. I didn't see the movie, but I can tell you that Val Kilmer facially to me appeared to look like Jim Morrison. I thought that visually, facially, Val Kilmer was uncanny proper casting, just based on looks. I don't know about his performance. I have 200 cassette tapes. My top pieces are all the Beatles, British albums, and the 3 double cassettes. What are some of your prized cassettes? I'm looking at them now. I don't think any of the ones I have are anything special, to tell you the truth. I'd love to answer that question, but I don't think many of them are special. Agree or disagree? I would sell the All Things Must Pass deluxe set with the Gnomes before the McCartney single set. Let's put it this way. I am thinking about getting rid of the Harrison, great too, but I don't know when. I don't know when or how. See, the problem with these things is you have to have a buyer. You have to have, if you knew somebody who said, hey, I'm really looking for that. I'd like to buy that from you. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to lose my entire collector's personality because once you're a collector from childhood, it's in your bones, it's in your blood. So, once a collector, always a collector to some degree. I'm just looking to scale way back, really. Yes, Beatley Tone has an interesting item, a mint condition live piece in Toronto, 69, with John and Yoko calendar. Just happens to match up with the days of 2026. Well, I have that album too. I have it more than once, just so you know. I have some that is sealed, sealed with the calendar still in it and not open. And I have some that are open. I think, if I'm not mistaken, something happened with Live Piece in Toronto back in the day where a lot of sealed copies made it to a warehouse, overstock or something. Yeah, Kate Jackson, like I said, Kate Jackson's wasn't she was not a bad looking woman at all. Well, not God knows, in my opinion. However, when you put her next to Jacqueline Smith and you put her next to Farrah Fawcett, put her next to Cheryl Ladd, put her next to, what's that other one? Oh, I forgot her name. Tanya Roberts. Put her next to those. She's kind of plain, in my opinion. Just finished watching some Little Rascals. Yum, yum, eat them up. Well, yeah, that's a good one. The Kid from Borneo. By the way, Doc, I was wondering, could you tell me, I happen to see that you had a video up of a colorized video, Grandma boxing with the kids. And I know that, I know all the Little Rascals episodes. However, the comments were turned off. You turned the comments off there. Can you tell me about that? What would you do if you want an album with a bad album cover, but the music is good? Would you buy it or no? Of course. Yeah. Ultimately, it's about the music, but I bought albums with great covers and bad music, and I bought albums with great music, bad covers. Thanks for the urge to purge. I try to buy new items with old/sold money. Always love the 1991 Doors movie. Kilmer seemed to have the vibe. It seems like it does. Sing John Lennon. Nope, not today, Darren. Hello, though. I'll say hello to you. Would Mikey Arugula buy your sets, or is he just into older, more authentic items? Seems to be collecting nuts. See, that's another thing. I've said this many times, and Mikey, if you're watching, I told him this to his face when we got together. That series made me hate collecting more. Yes, watching Mikey Arugula collect so much crap made me not want to collect as much anymore. It honestly did. It contributed to me. I already was feeling it on my own. I was already feeling like I wanted to stop a lot and scale back. But no. But anyway, he wouldn't buy them. He's not interested in buying these things. He's not into records, for one thing. He's not into records. I just saw that Eddie Murphy's working on a remake of the Pink Panther. Steve Martin. No. Sorry. Steve Martin is not the Pink Panther. Eddie Murphy's not the Pink Panther. No, sorry. It doesn't happen very often, but I have bought a vinyl album just for the cover, sure. What are you talking about, you dummy? Hey, you know something? Last night I saw what looked like you in a movie. Oh, Fred, that's nice. What movie was it, Fred? Godzilla versus King Kong. 1-to-1 hits HBO. The 1-to-1 movie hits HBO Max. Enjoy. The grandma video was supposed to go up as a short. I took it down, tried to re-upload it, then it got blocked. Weird. Well, Doc, may I make a suggestion to you, my friend? More original content. Don't be taking TV shows, putting them backwards, and do Doc original stuff. That's my opinion. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of original Doc. Unfortunately, you can't collect it all. There are over 33,000 Elvis releases on Discogs alone. Absolutely, and I don't never go there. I'm not buying everything. I remember Steve Martin taking on Sergeant Bilko. It was a horror show. Absolutely. Thank you, Joe. I couldn't agree more. On what? Oh, I think you're talking about Eddie Murphy and Steve Martin and the Pink Panther. Yes. Another great voice. Original Doc is hard to come by. Well, don't make it so. I want to see you on here. Do your cereal reviews more. Go out and try to go to the Motown shop or wherever you went and show us when your car got in an accident or whatever, got damaged. I don't know. That's what I'm looking for. Just my opinion. I would invite you up, Doc, but I'm not going to be on that much longer. Otherwise, I'd invite you up. Maybe I could invite you up, actually, if you want to. If you want to come up for if you can, and you want to come up for 10 minutes or, I don't know. I could 10 minutes or 45 minutes. Well, I thought of this. As well. I thought of making videos of, at least showing you what I'm selling. But it's going to upset a lot of people, I think, I think. So, I don't know if I'm going to be on much longer. I really don't. I mean, it's already 78 minutes. So, this has been fun today, My favorite McCartney B-sides are Little Woman Love, The Mess, and Country Dreamer. I like Little Woman Love, and I like Country Dreamer. I never liked The Mess. Isn't that crazy? Do I have a favorite Motown album? Anything by the Supremes, I guess. I dabble in comic books. Dabble is the right word. I only dabble. Okay, we're going to have Doc come up in a moment. If you do sell, is eBay a no-no? Yes, it's a no-no for me. I used to sell on eBay in the early 2000s, 2001, 2002, 2003, 20-something years ago. But I have not sold since because it's just, you got to pay taxes on it now. It's different now. And there's a lot of trouble with eBay now, and I'm not interested in dealing with that, to tell you the truth. I finally saw the Doors film last year. A lot of it was really good, but then there was some stuff that wasn't. There's a scene of Jim setting Pamela's apartment on fire, which was fiction. I hate when they do that. Boy, and people go around, did you know that Jim Morrison set Pamela's apartment on fire? Did you know that? Yeah, he did. No, he didn't. So a lot of nonsense. Okay, we got the Doc is in the back. I want to see, you ready to go, Doc? I always want to make sure they're ready. Okay, Doc, here he comes. Hey, we're both dark. It's dark in our things today.
Hello.
Not much light. Yeah, I prefer to stay in the darkness lately. Yeah, what's up, Doc? Is it? When I say what's up, Doc, I'm not doing a Bugs Bunny thing. It comes out that way. Like I'm just saying, like what I'd say, what's up with anybody.
It's okay.
It just sounds funny because of it.
And yeah, it's hard to make original content anymore.
Oh yeah. I don't want to criticize too much. I'm just telling you my opinion.
Well, like I just about got everything I need at the moment. So to say like, oh, look what I bought lately, and look at this and all this, like that wings thing. Like I'm going like, I've got Wingspan. It should be good enough.
Whatever. There's different things on different companies. I'm so tired of dealing with some idiots in the comments. They're always idiots. Some good guy goes to me, wasting money, spending money again, wasting money on the same old stuff you have already. And then I wrote in the comments, I wrote, thank you for paying for it. Because,
you held up the thing with the song list, and I got out my Wingspan, and I'm sitting there like comparing them. I'm going like, well, I don't know, maybe. But then I'm reading down the comments, and somebody's going like, it's edited and stuff. I'm going like, well, I don't want that.
Well, I'll tell you this much. On Wingspan, you have an edited version of Junior's Farm. On the new one, Junior's Farm is not edited.
Okay. All right.
That's an example.
That's the stuff I want to hear, and I'm curious about.
I've heard it. I've heard that. I'm going to be playing this whole thing, just like the Monsters. I'm going to be playing when I next time I got to go to that horror classroom place, which I don't know when it's going to be. It might be Tuesday. I don't know. And when I do, I'm going to play the whole thing, or probably the whole thing. What is it?
All those people out there. Hello. So somebody wants to know, how do I decide what to get rid of? Most of the stuff I want to get rid of is either I've bought a better version of whatever, or I have people give me stuff like, oh, you like CDs? Here, I have a bag full, and I go through the things going like, well, I've got this already, but it's in good condition. I'll put that in the sell pile.
Yeah.
So like I've got a little stock to go now, and I plan to bring them into the record shop to trade in on Anthology 4.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Is a part of thrill of the collecting just to say you have it or had it? I'm trying to break that pattern. I don't need everything anymore. Amen to this. Yes, it is part of it. And when I started the channel, I freely admit, especially now, if you go back to 2012 or 2013 videos, 2014 video, I'm just buying everything. I bought the Singing Nun when I started collecting vinyl again. Dominique, hey, the Singing Nun. Hey, look at this. Hey, I got Woody Guthrie. Look at that. Hey, I picked up whatever it is.
The Partridge Family.
Partridge Family. That's what I mean. That was the exception to. I'm surprised you didn't say nothing in your comment about that. But anyway, Mitch Miller. Hey, look at that. Look, man, I did that. Perry Coleman. Enough. I just got into the fun of it, but I don't regret it because I had fun. It was where my head was at the time. It was fun to collect and show and tell. Now I'm over that.
I can hold up some Lawrence Welk, but it's over there.
And how about that idiot in the comments? Did the guy that said with the Partridge Family, because it's a Frisbee.
Oh, I gave him a little talking to.
I saw it, but I didn't know if you were being tongue in cheek or you really believe that they're legendary.
I feel like they were good songs. Like
I know people
I,
are nuts.
I don't really care for the show that much, but the songs were good and they're fun to listen to. So I don't mind a Partridge Family record, but I mean they're hardly frisbees. Like come on, Jay, whatever.
I like your video with Anthony. So do I. I like what you said too. I think it was kind of jam packed. It had stuff in there. My favorite part of the video was when Anthony says to the guy, "Keep the penny," and the guy's like, "Oh, a penny! Oh, wow!" But you see, here's the thing. I as you probably maybe you could guess this, maybe not. Most of the time, what you see is real. And it is, but a lot of times I said, like, he was paying for this stupid thing that he bought. Anthony, I said it was stupid to your face. He buys a freaking, I don't know what it was, a piece of paper that had the White Album pictures on it, and for $4. I'm like, at least get a rare photos or something. And anyway, he goes up there, and I know the guy who works at the store, so we're friendly. So Anthony's paying for it. And I said, do me a favor, will you? Say, oh, big spender, big spender. And he goes, what? You want me to say what? I said, no, when Anthony pays for this, say, oh, big spender, huh? And he goes, all right. So that was like staged. He goes, big spender. Then I shut the camera off. And I hear Anthony, I'm putting my camera away. I hear Anthony go, you can keep the penny. That's all right. I said, wait a minute. Let me turn the camera on again. You got to get that on. You got to get that on there. So that was real. But they staged it again. So he goes $6, six changes 601 or something.
No,
and he goes, just keep trying. He holds it up.
Yes, I thought that was a magical moment myself.
Oh, I love making fun of Anthony, and in a loving way, and he knows it too. And he goes, "Yeah, sure, make fun of Anthony." And I love when he was getting the napkins. I saw him on the side getting napkins, so I had the camera on him. And he walked towards the camera and he goes, I don't know, he said, will you stop that already or something? I left that in this time. I didn't cut it out. He was getting mad at me. Wait a minute. You're the one that told him, Andy, Andy, I think he's a little too hard on you in the videos.
Yeah, but look at the same thing about, oh, look, Anthony got a new car. First thing, you think run on couldn't guess? I don't know.
That's the routine. That's the routine.
What doesn't give me one of these?
Man, he's really there's a couple of videos where he lets me have it, like he's gonna punch me one.
The corn.
Yeah, but let's talk about this. He asked me, "Don't you already have all these?" So that's not the point. It's beside the point. I'm a collector of all that. You don't get it, but you don't have to get it. Meanwhile, he thinks he's got it all. He goes, "Oh, I have all my best album." First of all, it's not all my best; it's all the best. And the other thing is that you don't have everything on here on that either. Anthony.
I don't even like all the best either.
I'm not wild about that one either, honestly. A bag of duds from Doc's brother.
She saw that video. Yes, that's what I was saying. Like I got a whole bunch of a bunch of CDs that no. Well, these are ones I'm going to sell.
Yeah.
No cassettes. Not or tracks. I've had them both, but not anymore. Hello, Hello. Yes.
Collecting and purging is all part of the I once had it feeling you get. Is that too? Of course, I purged things and I'm like, oh, geez, I can't believe I sold that, But I'm not a big collector of movies, but I got a lot of classic comedy. I have all the lost films at Laurel and Hardy, but now I'm buying the new. Right? Yeah, well, that's true. Upgrade. Yeah, I upgrade them as well. Yeah. Doc, did you ever see the movie Death Race 2000? I don't know if that's your kind of thing.
No.
I watched that one the other day. I'm going to make a video on it, but what a difference, man. I watched the movie. I was like, I don't know if anybody out there, you ever watch a movie and your head's not up for it and you're tired, and it's almost like when they wave a hand in front of your face and you're like this. Like you're not even really paying attention to it. And I'm saying this is terrible. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I'll just rest my eyes for a second.
Yeah, just for a second, which turns into more. So, And so I'm like, this really sucks. I mean, Death Race 2000 is a terrible movie. It's known as a terrible movie, bad movie. And I'm like, this, but then I'm like, man, I'm gonna savage this thing. And then I'm realizing, oh, wait a minute. And I watch it back again with a commentary. Roger Corman is doing the commentary. And I'm like, I didn't miss that. I didn't realize that. I must have been like closing my eye. I didn't.
You closed your eyes for more than a second.
Yeah. And I also had which I like to do more and more now, I put the subtitles on because I don't catch every word sometimes or name. So I'm like, this is a bad movie, but you know what? I'm not going to give it 0 stars. I don't know how many I'm going to give it yet, but I mean, I actually got a kick out of it the second time when I was more alert and knew what I was watching. It's like, that's a whole other thing for another day discussion.
Nah, Christmas sucks.
Why, somebody say something about Christmas?
Yeah, you'll get to it.
Yeah, I know. I'm very slow, especially when 2 people are on. You know how it is. You're talking, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a postcard of the White Album photos. Who cares? I mean, Anthony, I love you, but God, man, you know what? All the things you could buy pictures of the White Album things. Good night, James. Good night.
Good night. Bye.
I didn't notice this. I like that about Anthony taking the napkins. It looked like when he saw you filming him, he put some back.
Yeah, but I take napkins too, though, and ketchup packets and straws.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. Yep.
There is a comedian here in England, and one of his one-liners is "Wings were the band the Beatles could have been." Yeah. Oh, there it is. All right, now, so where do you
skip that one?
So, I hate saying I'm not a Christmas guy. I hate that. I liked it more when I was younger.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But now it's like, what? It's just another day. I have to buy my own presents.
Hey, we decided we need a new couch, so we're gonna just buy a couch, and that's our Christmas present to each other. Enough, really. No pressure, man.
Well,
another Gary here. I think you're spot on with color. Hi, Gary. I stick to catalog albums for Beatles Soul on vinyl. Otherwise, I stick to the item that will have all the musical content. Yeah, I'm gonna be getting rid of a lot of stuff. But you don't get what it sucks because obviously you're not going to get what you paid. I don't expect to get what I paid if I sell it to a record store. I don't expect it. That's why if I had a booth somewhere, if I go to a record show, I make my own booth. I could sell them for what I want.
So you get yourself a table at the next Beatle Fest.
Yeah, a Beatle Fest is too expensive. I think it's like $600, $700 for a table or some stupid thing like that. It's one thing to spend $50, $60, even maybe even $100, but to spend more than that. Doc, you like horror movies?
Not that much.
Come on, you guys, man. I said this before. Nobody likes horror movies but me.
and there's ones coming out all the time. So I follow what movies come out on the Fridays and stuff. And, it's I wouldn't go see that.
Even in the 70s, I heard a joke about a young kid saying the Beatles was Paul's old band. Yeah, well, they used to say Paul was in a band before Wings.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
Did anyone ever find the infamous 1972 single song as an Easter egg in the Power to the People set? No, they didn't do that. They made it clear they did not do that.
Oh. Okay. I wondered about that myself.
Yeah, no. And by the way, I should have said this is a shitty freaking poster. This is like the kind of this. I showed this thing. I didn't comment how lousy it is. This is a lousy poster. There's no Wings.
It looks like it was made by a 15-year-old.
Are you kidding? Really? So see, I love when you try to have the problem. You don't know how it falls. There it is.
Yeah, and who designed that new Wings logo anyway?
What's that all about?
Yeah, it looks like it's melting.
I've tried this. I did that flea market twice, and I think I made $130 profit around there both times, each time. But that's not the place to sell those kinds of things. They only want to spend nickels and dimes and dollar there. They don't want to spend. You can't sell like $50 records at the flea market.
Mm. And then the sun will fade it.
Yeah. The movie Alien, I do like it. Alien, the first one, is my favorite.
And the second.
Yeah, the second is good as well. I'm not as wild about it. A lot of people think they feel it's their favorite. Me, I like the first one better. And yeah, it goes down worse and worse every time, as far as I'm concerned. After those two, but 3, I actually like 3 more than most people do.
I can't even remember 3.
Where is that poster from? OMG. Well, that means you told me a while ago, Lila, that you like my videos because you watch things and you want to hear reviews. Or what? I didn't review it. It's from the brand new video that I did about the McCartney compilation, the Wings compilation. It's in that thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. What's that all about?
Humphrey Ocean. What's
McCartney 3 kind of ended the need to have every colored version of a single album. Isn't that interesting? For me, it started it. That's the only time I ever did that, where I tried to get every version, but I've since sold a bunch of them. You know, I like Sigourney Weaver with hair. So do I. And you know when she looks the best? With that blonde wig from that. What is that?
The Galaxy Quest?
Galaxy Quest. I think she looks great in that myself, but and she's also pretty damn sexy in that movie Heartbreakers with Jennifer Love Hewitt. You know, she's not classically gorgeous to me or anything, but at times, you know, I really say, wow. Would you guys be lost if you visited somewhere that is cashless?
No, because it works the other way around.
Does?
I go places that I got my cash ready, and they shove the machine at me. I'm going like, I got cash, and they're all lost.
Yeah.
What do they do? And the last time, like I had some change, I gave the person change, and they were looking at it like it was some foreign thing. I says, it's $1.65, dear. She pops open that thing, and I guess this one goes in here. And I guess this is a dime. I'll put that one in there. It works both ways.
Yeah, it works both ways, but I think I know what you mean. And I had a situation like that. I made a rant video about it. It was I went to see Peter Noon, Herman's Hermits at a place, and I wanted water. First of all, they didn't have water. They didn't have regular water bottles. They had something called Liquid Death.
Oh,
it's a beer can that has freaking water in it. I'm not drinking water out of a can. I mean, I'll drink soda out of a can, but I won't drink water out of it. So anyway, so I say, all right, give me that. So the guy takes a can and he like flips the top and he goes, here you go. He goes, that'll be $20, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so first of all, you got the fact that it's water in a can that pissed me off. Then you got the fact that it's like too expensive, whatever it was, $5 or something.
At 3.
And then number 3, the clincher of it all is I go to pay with a cash. You know, we don't take cash.
And he's already popped it.
I'm like, you don't take cash. I said, goodbye. You know, so now he's stuck with an open can of stuff because he popped it before I bought it.
Duh.
You know, what a clown. These kind of videos, by the way, those kind of rant videos, as you don't know, those are now, if you like the rant videos, they all go over now to Life with Mayo channel because that's a life thing, right? That's about life and about things changing and anything to do with living the world is Life with Mayo, which I don't know if that's a good thing because I'm having a hell of a time to getting up to 1,000 subs, man. It's wow. I've forgotten how rough that is.
Maybe you should put up some, I don't know. Real life. I don't. whatever. Well, it'll catch on. It'll catch on. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to remove myself for a second.
You've only seen the one where I bought it. Well, when I bought it, I opened it up and I showed this poster. Come on. Yeah, every McCartney 3, aside from that third man pressing, I was minutes late to. And by the way, talking about Sigourney Weaver, Lila says she's beautiful in Ghostbusters. You're not kidding. I always say that I saw Ghostbusters in a theater in 1984. It's a long time ago. And the only scene I remember is her. I don't know if she was possessed or she was like sexy on the bed or something. That's all I remember about it. So I do remember that. Everybody's talking about James McCartney's news. I just can't get past his looks. I'm sorry. I just can't get past
I didn't care for that heaven thing. I like Julian's stuff. But I listened to that McCartney thing. It's like in one ear, out the other. Just nothing.
Yeah, one of McCartney's biggest mistakes was producing the huge Flaming Pie collector's edition. It was beautiful but non-practical. Yeah, I didn't pick that up either. You see, I know that I didn't pick up the suitcase, the McCartney suitcase for Egypt Station, traveler's case. I'm done with a lot of that stuff, folks. A lot of it. You're going to be surprised as I go on, but still, then I'll make a video. And I'll show something. Some Weisenheimer will say, see, I knew you'd still buy stuff. I'm talking about cutting it down big time, not totally eliminating it.
I just want to respond to Dino, who asked if I like Tina Turner. He asked if I like Tina Turner. And the answer
I don't know what that was.
Yeah. It's just
yeah, Tina Turner. Oh, I like Tina Turner. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
She's got some legs, man. Oh, she had some legs on her, let me tell you.
Rod Stewart thought so. But yeah, do I like Tina Turner? No.
Oh my God. Why would you do that? You broke it. I heard it crack. I believe if you remove cash from society, you increase crime. Yeah, well, what they want to do is they want to track you. They want to know where you are, what you spent the money on. Look. I'm happy to be 63 in today's world. I'd always rather be 23. Who wouldn't rather be 23 or 33? I would. But if it means I got to be that age today, I'll be old. There you go. There you go. People, it's true in some cases, man. It really is.
Unless you really super love the band and you have to have everything. But if you've got like the best of Tina Turner, that's all you need.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. It just goes to, there was sometimes deep cuts. Like I bought a Tina. There was some song. I remember. I forget the name of it. That I was. What's he doing now?
Let's see. Oh, the Nutbush City Limits.
I don't know all of them.
I need more hint.
No, it was. There was no. It's. I forget the name of it. It's from one of her regular albums with Ike and Tina Turner, and it's not on anything else. And I happened to be watching somebody playing vinyl albums on YouTube, and I heard this song. I like that song. I got the album just for that. It was an album track. Ike and Tina Turner. I think the album is called "Come Together." It's the Beatles song. But that's not the reason I bought the album. I was going to say that because people go, that's why you bought it. I don't care about Come Together.
Yeah, but this is all hits, so if it was a deep track, it likely is not.
By the way, that Liquid Death is carbonated water. Well, that's better. I mean, I can understand it being in a can more that way. Oh, there you go. Yeah, 3x3s. Yeah, a nice Partridge Family promo. But that's the thing, I can't. That's the exact kind of albums I'm trying to stop buying. But yet here I was. Doc, maybe you're the only one who could understand. I like that song. I Think I Love You, and it's got. I never saw a hype sticker for it.
No, I was quite amazed by it when you found it, and even when you went in and said, like, "Hey, this isn't the one you were supposed to hold for me." Like, no, that's not it. And you went hunting, and
yeah,
here it is.
Yeah.
And
Well,
when you showed the label, even I went, ooh. So yeah, I'm kind of jealous.
Gary here, the thing about the 3x3s, I have all of them and I didn't buy them. I wouldn't have bought them. That was one rare time where Capitol sent me them. Well, the only time they ever sent me anything, Paul. And anyway, but back to the Partridge Family. I don't think I made it clear in the video that what happened was the day before. I should have said I was in the store and I found that sticker album, A Partridge Family, and I put it on the side up front. And I forgot it. I went home and I forgot to buy it. So I called on the phone, talked to Corey, and I said, that Partridge Family album, is it still up there? He says, I don't see it. So sometimes they take it, like I hide it up there, like, So somebody must have taken it and filed it back, which they obviously did, back into the new arrivals bin. So when I called twice, I said, well, could you get it, please? Could you find it and put it up there again for me? And he freaking takes the one, the regular copy without the DJ white label promo thing. And I asked him, I said, does it say I think I love you on there? He goes, yes, it says I think I love you. I said, no. I know it's listed as a track. I'm asking you on the sticker on the front. Yeah, he misunderstood me, Corey.
You're lucky it was still there. How much was it, by the way? I didn't catch that.
$8.
Ooh, whoa.
It's about $5 more than I would have liked to spend, but whatever.
Sure, but to get a promo copy, that's pretty special. I'm still pretty jealous.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're jealous. But if I ever do have to do it on your show again, I could pull that.
Yeah, I know you're like, whoa, look at this. Look at this. Do I have any box sets?
No. What is
Wingspan is a box set?
What is one album you'll never part with?
I
don't know.
Here's
an album I just found here. Let me give you an example. One album I'll never part with. I don't know. Probably about Beatles. I don't know. Meet the Beatles. I don't know. Anyway, watch this. Here's an album I found cheap. This is an album, Man of a Thousand Faces, music from the soundtrack. James Cagney playing Lon Chaney. Now, it's in bad. You can see it's not in great shape. But it's got this thing, and this is original. It's dirty from the 50s. When you take the record out, it's one of those really heavy. Oh, geez, I think it's broken just taking it out. One of these heavy records, very heavy and thick. And it's got the old Decca pink label on it.
Wow.
Sample copy, not for sale, from 1956. And it's got those inner groove, the dead wax where the needle goes in and out like this. Now, it's in pretty good shape. Now, do I need this? No, not really. Am I going to play it? Not really that often, but this is an example of a piece, like an antique, that I want to have.
But it comes in a plastic sleeve?
What?
Then when you pull those, it's in a plastic sleeve.
Yeah, it comes in one of these clear plastic.
Yeah, they didn't have those in 1956, I don't think.
Yeah, it sticks out like a lot like that. And this is an example of something I have basically as a collector's piece. Not because of value. It's not going to be worth anything, I don't think, but it's like an authentic piece that I like having. It just makes me feel good, and that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, just like Barbara Eden sings.
That's another thing I can't seem to part with. You see what I mean? I don't know what it is. And this thing, like, what am I doing with this? Pat Boone. What am I doing with this? I think it's because it's funny. Like, he does, he tries to be a rock star. He sings like Flip Flop and Fly and Honey Hush and Rock Around the Clock and stuff like that. And I don't know. And they got albums like that. Then when it comes time to get rid of them, I don't. Like, and then I got something like this. George Harrison, 33 1/3. It says includes this song. I have it because it's a hype sticker, and I don't need to play it, but it's got shrink wrap.
I like the price on it. $2.99.
Yeah, here's something. Here's something I'll never play ever. I'll never play this. It's a box, and it's the Liverpool Oratorio.
Uh,
It's McCartney's Liverpool Oratorio, but this is a collector's. See, here, guess what? Right here, right now, it's got its use. I just gave it some use. Hey, look what I say.
yeah.
I have it for things like this, but I'm not gonna ever
Sometimes
play
you
it.
buy things to be a prop. That's a prop.
Richard
Ooh.
Cutler, the Warlord. I've never seen this movie, but it's an original album. I was going to do the Doctor. I like look at there's another deck over. Look at this record.
Mm.
But I was going to do like Doctor. I was going to go. I was going to flip it. Then I thought, no, I better not do it.
Mm.
And look at this. Original music of Thriller, the Boris Karloff show.
Ooh.
I don't know if I'm ever going to play this.
That might be interesting, though.
It's Pete Rugolo who did the help me out here.
Yeah, but I mean, so television soundtracks are fun.
And sometimes you have old stuff like this. Limbo Party. Chubby Checker Limbo Party. Really good shape. There's all these Limbo songs on it. You're like, I don't need this anymore. I'll said get rid of it. And I'm like, no, it's a cool to have. So it's happening to me right now. You're witnessing it, people. I'm like, it's cool to have it. It's such a cool, authentic piece from probably the early 60s, like 60 or 61 or 2. And it's like, it's an old looking record. Very old. It has that personality to it. So it's hard to let these things go. I got to catch up, Doc. You're probably looking at things that are way down there. So let's see if I can try to catch up. Here we go. Okay, recently I needed help. Grocery store self-checkout. The lady tapped on card. I told her I'm paying with cash. Yeah, I get that stuff. Well, I've had many fights with people that say, I said, yeah, could you please, I'd like to bring me up. Oh, right here, sir. This is the self-checkout here. I'll do it for you. I said, no, you're not going to do anything. I want to do here. So the guy says to me, I remember it was an older man. I said, okay, you want me to go? He went around the counter instead of me doing the cash machine. And he goes, because it's the same thing here or there. It's the same thing. I said, I don't care. I want to do it here. I said, don't give me a hard time. I said, why you got to give me a hard time? I said to him, every time I come in this place, it was CVS. So every time I come in this place, it's usually a woman. I get grief every time I come in here. I don't, I don't. Okay, sir, no problem.
There you go. That's life with Mayo.
Yeah, exactly. That's a life. And now I have no new rants. I ranted everything there is to rant about.
I have to disappear again.
There was a Joe Mayo type challenge discussing Taylor Swift. You never know. My dollar store has self-checkouts that only do credit. I was perplexed.
Yep.
What's the McCartney 3 cupcake box? I don't even know what the hell that is.
Oh, the pastry box.
Wow, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I have all those. You can't see them. I'll blow this up. See up here, I have these things up here, these displays. I got about 6 of those boxes all behind them. Well, that's a good example. It's a good example. That's where my head was at the time. I was into the collector. I had to have them all. I got them. Don't need them anymore.
Mm-hmm. Plus, the video when you brought it home was hilarious.
Oh yeah. She was laughing. I didn't mind because she thought it was going to be. I was waiting for this to arrive for so long. Then it came. She thought it was going to be like an elaborate looking package, and it was a white box with 3 dots.
That's what you've been waiting for.
Yeah.
It was great.
What do you consider bad manners and always makes you angry? Lateness, tardiness.
I know. I had a friend call me up and said, I'll meet you in 10 minutes, and he was 20 minutes late.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell a story one time where I knew this guy. I'm not friends with him anymore, but this was a long time ago. And he lived about an hour away, or 45 minutes, and he was going to pick me up, and we were going to go somewhere. So we were supposed to arrive at 7 o'clock. So I'm standing by the door with my coat at like 10 to, that's what I do, like 10 to 7, 5 to 7. I'm waiting. 7 o'clock comes, he's not there. 7:10, he's not there. 7:20, he's not there. I'm like, he doesn't call me or anything. So I'm standing with my coat on. So I call up, and his wife answers the phone. And I said, where is he? He's supposed to be here. He goes, he's still at work. He's still at work? You're supposed to be here an hour drive away at 7. You're still in work at 7:30, and you haven't called me, right? I'm standing like an idiot with my coat on.
Okay, some people.
Looking for the Archie's first promo LP myself, only because I grew up with the comics and had it when I was younger. That's what I mean. There are reasons why you have an attachment to it. And I don't question it. What about the Connie Francis albums? I've got at least 60 Connie Francis LPs, different countries and everything. What am I going to do with those? Why do I have them? I think she's photogenic. All this stuff. But the thing is, I like her voice. I like the way she sings. But I don't know. Did you compare the letter 45? Oh, the letter 45 of the letter.
Oh, yeah. Whatever happened to that?
I didn't compare it to any other ones, but I thought the beginning was a little different. The few beats or whatever.
I wondered about that myself. Like, what? You know.
Yeah, I can't play it now.
We'll have to talk to Tim Allen on that because he's a wizard on that.
Tim, while you're listening, my friend, you get things wrong too now and then. And sometimes he gets them right. Why did he say the other day it was wrong? That he was like, no, I forget what it was. I don't know. Can't remember now. I can't remember it. At this antique store, I saw a container for one of those old Edison sound cylinders. Yeah.
Oh, that's like buying a lunchbox and there's no thermos inside.
Yes, I remember hearing that there was some McCartney 3 white vinyl that had the random signed inserts, and they make you buy a whole bunch of them. What a bunch of crap they put out. You know, it was, bless your will, that's baloney. That's how Paul was trying to get a number 1 with all those. I don't know how many. I honestly don't know how many there were. Yes, now this album I like, and I want to have it. Holiday Sing Along with Mitch. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, and I have a really, really good copy of it, a really minty copy of it. It has a sing-along sheets in it. But the thing is, again, like I really will play it. I have a CD version, and sometimes we take a trip up to Maine on Christmas morning, and we drive up there for hours, and that's when I play it. You know what I mean? On CD. So the Barbara Eden record is a keeper. Kitschy stuff is sometimes cooler. I know something else I got back here that I'm going to try to find as I try to move. I know about where this is, Doc. So you could.
While he's looking for that, I'll answer a question. Did Lost in Space ever have a soundtrack album? Yes. Oops, a wrong hand. Yes. See, because I have one. Yeah. So all those themes, like, when they're blasting off or they're encountering monsters and all that soundtrack stuff is in this. Ooh. So
keep going.
There's no sound effects or anything to mar it. It's just the soundtrack. So all you hear is the music, and you can just visualize in your mind, there must be a monster around that corner. Ooh, don't go in there. Don't go in there. Yeah, so there you go. The Lost in Space television soundtrack. There we are. It comes with that Pete Regulo thing that we were talking about earlier with real freaky, man, real freaky. That's on here too.
That's great.
Yes. That's what I mean. I love TV soundtracks. So like, yeah,
there's things I can't get rid of, man. No matter how much I find that a few of them here that I can't get rid of, but I can't find the album that I really came here for.
Hello, George.
It was the Yvonne DiCarlo album, and I can't find it.
Oh, that's
Yvonne DiCarlo sings.
Hmm.
Now I found it. Now that I ruined it. All right, here now they ruined the joke. Surprise. All right, hold on.
That's
Ron
almost
DeCarlo sings.
yeah, that's almost like a threat.
See, so I can't bring myself. I have no need for this. I may never play it, but I love the monsters. This is a cool piece. Just even looking at it, just having it is cool. You understand, folks? No, some of you do.
As long as you didn't spend a ton on it.
No, probably like $5. And then there's
Oh.
this. Okay, this is the long version of Love Hangover that I love, but I have this on a CD. And Thelma Houston, Don't Leave Me This Way, but I love Love Hangover by Diana Ross. And it's cool to have it on this vinyl. And here's another example of. Well, this is not it. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. That's not the one. Wait a minute.
Yeah, you can get rid of that one.
Help me, Lord. Oh, there it is. Now, this is one I can't explain. I love this song when it was a hit. It reminds me of being 10 years old. And I found this, and I got to have it. The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia, Vicki Lawrence. And I'll tell you something. This is an example. People say you never know. Play it and find out. I played this, and I liked it. Killing Me Softly with his song she does. Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves she does. I actually liked this. I played this, and I was like, what a surprise. And I got 2 copies of it somehow.
Wow, you could have a contest and give away one.
And, oh, man, this would be good to show you. See this? I'm showing these for examples of what I'm talking about, right? Put Doc back. Hold on, I'll get to something. Right. So there it was, and it's things like that. Oh man, I'm gonna make a mess here, Doc. I don't want to have an avalanche, but this is why. This is why you collect some stuff to show it. Watch the neck. Always stretching.
Don't break it.
Okay, and I bought this too because it's just freaking cool to have. I think. Watch. Here we go.
The 8-track of said album. Wow.
I mean, come on.
That's
It's so weird. I don't need 8 tracks, but like there's just certain things. It's like I want this.
I'm truly shocked. I had a chance to buy Liverpool Oratorio, but I turned it down. It was cheap too.
Yeah, I see. Connie Francis fan. I'm telling you, I got like 60 records, and I did a video somewhere. If you want to look at it, where it's very old now, but I think it's from 2014. Oh man, time flies. And I show my whole Connie Francis collection. I've got a lot more since then, you know. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. Hello, George.
George.
Yeah, you see, I have Nancy Sinatra records too, and it's the same thing. What am I doing with them? I got 5 or 6 Nancy Sinatra records.
Oh, you need
I don't want to get rid of them. I don't want to get rid of them. Here we go.
Yeah. Sorry. Heaven sounds like hell.
Yeah, I could see Cher doing that song, but Vicki Lawrence, man, it's so classic that she did that song. No, the Connie Francis records. It's funny, but you see, I would not do that. But she's not. I wouldn't call Connie Francis exactly Raquel Welch, but
I think you mean more like Monte Carlo, etc.
Well, first I'll talk about the Connie Francis. I'll talk about all of them. With that, I do like I love her voice, so it's not just about that. But do I play them? No. In fact, the thing that gets me is I got a multi-CD box of Connie Francis, and I played that in the car. And I was like, I couldn't take the music. I was like, I wasn't even enjoying the songs. I'm like, why I got 68 vinyl albums? I don't know, man. It's tough. But as far as Ron DeCarlo, that's because of the Munsters connection. You know, some of them are just cool items. They're just like, you know,
They're good props.
You know, it's just for some reason it's a talking piece or something. It's good to have.
Yeah.
Lost the
Sometimes it's
space.
good to have props. Look at. Mm-hmm.
And see, I may be getting rid of cassette tapes. I mean, like I got like just something that I found here, like
Talking about props.
the Beatles one. Like I'm not gonna play these Beatles one, Walls and Bridges. You know, I don't know if that's real music, Beatles real. I got like tons of these things, and I'm like, I just buy them, and I'm like, no.
Talk about props.
Yeah. Well, how'd you come by that again?
I found it on Google Images.
Look, Doc, I love the fact that you love Mr. Moonlight, but that's crazy.
Well,
I mean,
could I find a single of it? And I went on Google Images and I found this. I says, oh,
well, that's great for you to have because that's your song. That's the one you like.
It's excellent song.
I mean, not the only one you like, but it's cool that you have that because you like it so much.
What a prop I needed, and I found one. So there you go.
Yeah, and wow, this is over 2 hours now. Oy vey.
Oh, we're overtime.
I'm in the bed. I'm not in a good position here.
I see Gary is going to ask about Jerry Lewis. They had that once, but it was in poor shape.
We're not up to that. Hold on, buddy. Do it my way here on this show. By the way, well, that's what I said. I think she's I said that earlier. She's photogenic. The camera loves her, man, and she makes really, really cool expressions and stuff. She's really good on some of those covers. You know, personality in her photos. A lot of other LP covers. Yeah, I get you. Now, here you go.
Connie Francis liked to do the kissy face.
Yeah. Is it what you were answering before? Or no? What were you answering before?
Yeah, I saw that. And I said, yeah, I had that. Yeah, I had that album. And I played it, but it was such in poor conditions.
That's the white cover?
Oh wow.
It's got a white cover.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he's on the cover, but it's a white background. Like
I don't remember, but it was like I don't know if I'd ever listen to this again. But I did have it at one time.
Yeah, and Julie London also. Sometimes, I mean, I don't care about Julie London, but a couple of times I'll be in the store and I'll see the covers. I'm like, these covers look cool, man. But, you can't buy everything, man. It's just ridiculous. Right, Doc?
I don't understand those people who have to have everything.
Yeah.
They buy stuff that I didn't know it even existed.
Yeah, I'm one of those people now that I'm like, no, I don't need everything. Sorry.
Look at this. Look at this. What are you buying this for?
That's up to them.
I guess. You know what I'm talking about.
No.
Is
anybody on your show?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, he has been in the comments section before, but years ago.
A guy that says, I buy this, I buy it. Why are you buying it? It could be anybody. And by the way, Yvonne DiCarlo could sing, right?
There is a Munsters record. It's coming up on my YouTube thing. It must be for Halloween or something like that.
But I mean, she's singing. That's so look away, look away. You don't even know the episode. Oh boy. She plays the harp and sings. I think she could sing. Oh God. Well, I'm gonna have to knock this off soon. I can't go on indefinitely.
Oops.
Yeah, if you're talking about what do you mean by that? If you mean that Connie Francis can't sing, I don't think you mean her.
Yeah, I think he was talking about Yvonne DiCarlo there.
And Yvonne DiCarlo can sing.
Yeah, there's a song out called Munster Mash or something.
Munster Mash?
something like that. I listened to it once and I went, but they show the album on the thumbnail. I'm like, well, whatever. But I guess it only came up because Halloween was a week ago. So I guess YouTube was giving me Halloween recommendations.
I didn't even know this song, Pretty Little Baby, until I heard that it went like viral or something for Connie Francis near her end of her life. And I'm like, I didn't even know about it. I played it. And I'm like, it's not that great.
It was okay. I tried it myself.
I see this every few weeks in my record store. It comes in. Dark Shadows Out. Very common.
Ooh.
Where I am, anyway.
Send it to James Farley. He's looking for it.
But you see, that's another one that, I don't care about the show, but I almost would want that album. It's a cool looking album.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Matchstick Man.
Oh, I'm glad you liked the Anthony video. People were asking for Anthony to come back. So
it was very funny.
Yeah, Anthony's a riot, man.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty Little Baby's everything a pop song should be. It's a shame it wasn't a hit during its time. I'll tell you what's a shame, that she's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She might have been the first rock and roll woman.
Yeah, hey.
She's got some early rock and roll hits.
Yeah. They won't put in Connie Francis, but they'll put in Dolly Parton. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Jim, he does. I think he does have one like that.
Crazy.
Ooh. You need to check out Julia London, Yummy, Yummy, Yummy. Oh, I like to hear her do these songs. Speaking of Pat Boone, did you ever hear of that album, No More Mr. Nice Guy?
No.
Oh, it's great. You never saw that? He's wearing this leather outfit.
Yeah, that's the one where he tries to do heavy metal, right?
Yeah.
I might have heard a snippet of it, and I've gone like, "What the heck?" But I mean, it is him trying to make a record that, like, let's see if I can put out a bunch of, or what is it? I'm in a metal mood or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's too late now. It's like the Monkees belong in there. I don't care what anybody says.
They better hurry because Mickey's getting long in the tooth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Wanda Jackson in the Hall of Fame? That's a good question.
The what?
Bumping Vinyl was asking about Wanda Jackson.
Yeah.
And is she in the
yeah, I don't know about it. In fact, I just picked up, not just, but there was a Wanda Jackson CD when she's old that I picked up where Joan Jett is on it with her.
Mm-hmm.
And Elle King, I think. I like both of them. And they're with her on the album. Mm-hmm. And I picked that CD of that up. Mm-hmm. Did I ever review it or anything? No.
From what I heard, I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Wanda.
Yeah, I never went ahead with that. I didn't mind the Let It Be. I think she did with Paula. On a day like today, Pat Boone is a running gag on the Munsters. Grandpa mentions Pat Boone a lot. I don't know. First of all, to make a potion, I'm going to put in a clover of bat, eye of newt, and the final ingredient, a Pat Boone record. He puts it in. I'm like, what? I forget what he's supposed to be trying to do. And then there's another one where they talk about some wholesomeness or something. And he goes, so far, it sounds like an evening with Pat Boone.
Say, you have a gift for imitating stars there.
Yeah.
It sounds just like Al Lewis. Boy, you're good.
So far, it sounds like an evening with Pat Boone.
There you go.
So I did that. It hurt my neck doing that.
Whoa. Painful. Oh,
yeah, man. On a day like today, we pass the time away, singing love letters Writing love letters in the sand. Oh, anyway, folks, I got to get going. This is a lot of fun, but how long can you do this? I'm going to get going. Doc, I'm glad you came up for quite a while, actually. Almost an hour or so, I think.
Yeah, after I was done watching that Little Rascals thing, I says, I wonder what's on YouTube before I go make supper. And, oh, there's Joe. I wonder what he's talking about. And
you wonder what's on. I'm always on this time. Always a good time. That with Joe and Doc. Thank you, Kimber.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna go, folks. Yeah. So today's what's coming up for me? Let me see. Well, Doc is doing his Sunday thing. I know that he's doing his Sunday.
All you people, the same time tomorrow.
Yeah.
Look up this channel, and we do this kind of stuff all over again.
Yeah. Why not? He needs viewers, man. I don't mean you need them. You want them. He wants viewers.
Yeah. I'd like to have more than 10. It'd be nice. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And let's see. What about me? So that's Sunday. Then Monday, I'm still doing my movie show. Go over to my Mr. Cinemayo channel. Subscribe to Mr. Cinemayo channel. Here, this one. And I do movie shows live with Tim Allen and Tom Hunyadi. And we talk about movies and television. And then Wednesday, remember, Wednesday, you want to talk about if you're trying to, like, I don't know, eat better, trying to lose. What am I trying to? I'm going to have chicken after this. Either that or I'll just get a pizza, one or the other. No.
The doctor's phone was just a test. So.
And, Wednesday we'll talk. I don't know what time Wednesday it's going to be, yet. So
So stay tuned. Watch out for your recommendations. And
what does that mean? Doc, did you piss off YouTube also? What is that?
I don't know.
You gotta reboot the Docus zone.
Yeah, that was a failed attempt in trying to get monetization, but it didn't work.
Yeah, you had another channel.
I tried to put stuff that was non-monetized on that and called it the Docus zone, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
So I killed it.
Well, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you, Doc. We'll talk soon.
Bye.